Hey crafters, it's Janet with Crafting It Up and Creations coming at you today with a really super cool fairy garden mystical hula hoop wreath. So I've seen a lot of very beautiful hula hoop wreaths here on YouTube. I clicked on one a few months back, and of course every now and again I'll get a suggestion for a different kind. The latest one I saw that sparked my interest was a lady had some with some of the little tea light candles that were hanging down from the center, and I thought that was so beautiful. So I hope in watching my video today, maybe it will give you some ideas, spark some creativity, and just make it your own. I'm going to go through and show you all the different things that I have done in this wreath that I think really truly make it super special. I've added a lot of small little tiny details that I really think make a big bang in presentation for this. Now this can stand alone on a shelf, or you can actually put it in the center of a table because it is two-sided, and I'm going to show you both sides as we go along and show you all the little cute, really whimsical details that I have done in creating this. And I just love how it turned out. In my mind, I envisioned something, and this came out even better than what I had envisioned, and I hope you think so too. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that subscription button down below, and if you hit the bell, that'll notify you every single time I upload a video. I am kind of, at times I do some sporadic uploads, just life in general, but I hope you'll stick around, and I hope you get some wonderful ideas, and I hope you get a moment to craft it up. Okay, so here's just kind of a quick overview of what the wreath looks like once I was finished. There's that cute little fairy girl. By the way, she came from Dollar General, and she's made to sit in like a planter because she's got the prongs at the bottom underneath of her where it can sit in the dirt. Dollar Tree has hula hoops in two different sizes. They have the smaller and the larger. They might even have a third size, but for this one I used the larger. But I pull off the sticker and everything for the first one is the smaller one, but I just wanted to show you there's a place where it meets. You pull that off, you empty out all those beans, and then you don't have to worry about hearing that sound. And then this comes off pretty easily. I pull it apart and then kind of rip down, and then when I get to a point where it wouldn't pull, I would pull it apart again. So now we have two little naked hula hoops. And I'm going to use this metallic dark copper fusion all-in-one primer by Krylon. I love this. Used it in another project. You'll see that shortly. And I go outside and I just paint this so pretty. I love that color. Love it. This is a wall art decoration that the Dollar Tree has. This is going to end up being my base. And I'm going to actually spray paint it with that same copper color just to give it a base coat. But I'm going to cover it in that floral moss, so it really doesn't matter. I was just afraid something would show through. Got some floral foam. This is just some decorative filler that I'm going to use a couple pieces out of. You can also use these wood stems that the Dollar Tree has as well. They're great for fairy garden things. This is just some floral from Hobby Lobby, and I thought this was so pretty. Wanted to hang all of it down from the center, but it's very heavy. I did find an alternative that Joann's had that's a little bit lighter, that's in their fall section. They have these moss stones at the Dollar Tree. I ended up using these on each side of the wreath itself just to kind of give it more stabilization. And then this mossy mat, you can get some of this at the Dollar Tree. It's not as thick, but it would be fine to cover it and then put something over top of it. This has some crazy stickiness on the back of it, like it's stuck to me. I have some of this other moss, soft moss that they have. They have reindeer moss at the Dollar Tree. I love it. I just didn't have any, so I was trying to use what supplies I had on hand. These little pieces I got from Michael's last summer in their clearance section. These are newer from Joann's. They're just like little succulents. I guess they're made to look like eucalyptus. I couldn't think of the word. And these are some really pretty flowers that Michael's has out right now. Last week I know they were actually 30% off. I used a coupon when I got these when I first saw them because I just love the color. Love purple. I got this on clearance last year at Joann's. I just love that color too. I think it looks great with the purple. This onion grass is from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to add sprigs of it in with my floral pieces. I didn't end up using the little white ones, the little wildflowers, but they would have looked good in this as well. And then these also came from Michael's this year, and I've used these already in another project as well. They're just a little beautiful bunch. And this is the floral foam. I'm going to actually go ahead and take this out and use both pieces. And I'm going to press the hula hoop down in it to kind of make a spot where I want it to be. And then I'm going to take a pen or a marker and just kind of dig it down in there so that it'll seat nicely in there. And I'm going to hot glue it into place. I wish now that I would have added more hot glue within there, but it could be that I should have used maybe floral foam that was in the squares rather than the circles. That may have given it a little more stabilization, or to even push the hula hoop into the foam rather than put it in between. And I covered that entire bottom with the moss, and this is where I gave the quick coat of the metallic copper. I'm running out of it, so it didn't really matter. I was trying to use it up. And this other piece of moss I've had for a while, I think I got it from Michael's. It's crazy sticky. I mainly wanted it to go around the edges just so that that would stay. And it does fall off a little, but not quite as much as when you use just the other moss. And then I glued those circular foam pieces down to my base. And that's what it looks like. That green moss looks so green in that picture. I was trying to catch different angles when I did this. And then of course this vine, it's green garland from the Dollar Tree. They have some that looks like grapevine, some that are just leaves. I guess I missed out on the footage that I had of this, but these are pictures from the Dollar Tree's website. And I'm going to take these and unwrap them. I used 2 of the grapevine that you're seeing there and one of the one on the left side, and wrapped it all the way around the hoops, just so it looked like the vine had grown up the hoop. And I went all the way around, and then there I'm trying to decide where I'm going to hang those little succulent pieces. And I realized how heavy they are. They actually start pulling on the hoop, and that's where I decided I needed to stick the little mossy rocks in underneath of the hoop and add some extra glue to it to give it a little bit more stabilization. If you don't keep adding stuff like I did, you'll probably be just fine. I even added some of that little fluffy moss to the hoop on the outer edge. And then I'm going to add these roses up to the top. I ended up having 3 left. I've used these in another project that I did where I just made one of the pieces from Walmart that looks like the window, and I added these really pretty purple flowers to it, just to kind of hang up on the wall in my living room. So they're ones that I had left over from that project. And a lot of these I ended up deciding floral wire is probably one of your better bets, but I ended up using zip ties, just the really smaller ones that the Dollar Tree has, and they worked great. And what I ended up doing was covering them with that soft moss. Wherever they were at, I just threw the soft moss around it, and of course I threw the softer moss all around the hoop, and I just think it looks so pretty. And it, with that metallic copper, it kind of looks like brown, like it could be a part of a vine or a piece of tree itself, and I just think it came out so pretty. And I bunched a lot of these up together. There you see Jim in the background. He's pulling my hair out of my way. I decided to leave that in there. But there it is with them attached, and as you can see, you can kind of see the zip ties. Like I say, the floral moss or the floral wire would probably definitely be a better idea. I just didn't run down to get it, and I figured that I would get a better hold with the zip ties, so that's why I ended up using them. And you can see my table is very messy back there, so try not to pay attention to that. These are flowers that I got last year from Michael's, and I absolutely love them. They kind of hang, they droop like that, and I just love them. So I added 3 to one side and 2 to the other because I wanted to add just a little bit of difference to one of the sides. Added some of those little green sprigs there where I put that floral rock. Or here I'm adding the floral rock in there to kind of hold it. And then I'm going to add all kinds of glue down and add some more moss into that area so I kind of hide it. And I end up adding a lot of little flowers to that area so you don't even see those rocks anyway. I add this little fairy door. This is one that I got from Big Lots, I believe, but Family Dollar had some a couple years ago that would have looked really cute on it. I put this on it initially. It's kind of like a little wood door, or opening to like the inside of your garden, and I ended up taking that one off and using a different piece, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit. These little mushrooms are from Michael's. They're very inexpensive, and you get like 25 in a package, and whenever they have their stuff like 50% off, 50% off, I think they're only like $2. These are little fairy garden miniatures that are from the Dollar Tree. These were newer this year. One's like a little mailbox, and one is like a little welcome sign. So I just added those to each side of my door. And I kind of play around with this and picking out where I like things, and I used so many glue sticks. It's not even funny. I couldn't tell you. I would venture to say for this project, I probably used at least 10 glue sticks. But I just keep kind of adding and decorating and just doing what I feel, just whatever I think looks cute. And if some of the moss seems like it's a little unruly, I went back in and actually trimmed it with the scissors. And that's what that side looks like. I'm going to end up adding some soft moss around down near the edge. I love this stuff, and the smell of it is, you can tell that it's that moss. I have tons of moss out in my yard too that I could so use, but I'm just going to go around and add a bunch of little things. I'll let you watch what I do. This is the cute little fairy I got from Dollar General. She was $1. She definitely goes like in a plant stand, where you can kind of dig her into the dirt where she'll sit there. She's so cute. She just kind of sits on the edge. I just love her. She really adds character to this. And I've set her in a nice little patch of soft grass. Like I say, I continue to add little floral pieces down near the bottom until I just think it looks right. I wish I could tell you that I had a rhyme or reason when I add stuff, but honestly, I just do what I think looks good to me at the time. So let me know down below if you would do anything different for sure. Definitely, that's what crafting is all about, is making it your own. And I'm showing you these roses up close because they were from Michael's. That's in their fall collection this year. They are so beautiful. They have some really pretty blue ones too. I decided to take that one off, and I'm going to use this piece that I got from Big Lots instead, and I add flowers around it. And I even end up adding some of that soft brown moss on top of it. I actually got that on clearance not too long ago from Joann's. It was like $2.47 for the bag. So I have some other little pieces that are like fairy garden that I end up adding to this. I have a lot in my collection, so I've just kind of dug through. I think that was in a set of like from the Dollar General that was like $5, and you got a house and the little lantern and a couple little gnomes in it, and I'm pretty sure that's where that came from. So there was my tip for cutting open your zip tie bag. So if you drop them on the floor, they don't come all spilling out. This little LED lantern is from the Dollar Tree. I took the tag off, I took that ring off. I'm gonna take some of the flower leaves that were from the flowers that I didn't, or that I used separately, and I'm gonna attach those to the top of these little lanterns. And then some of those that were just all by themselves, or I couldn't get to go over the top of the lantern, I just cut them off and glued those down. And I even add a little piece of moss to the side of this, thinking that it gave it some character. And I trimmed that up with my scissors a little bit. My well-loved twine from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to tie this in a knot, and then I'm going to put a little piece of hot glue right there and then tie it down again, so that'll kind of just help hold it in place and give it just a little added extra security. Cut off the extra, and then I'm going to hang that down from the center. And I decided after that to go ahead and add another one. I knew that I had other little lanterns, and I thought about doing 3 of them, but I think it looks really good with the 2. And now that I've located a 3rd and even a 4th lantern, I'm debating if I should add that one or not. But I think I'm just gonna leave it like it is. I really love how this turned out. And then of course yesterday I went to work and I got to thinking, oh, I knew that I had thought about adding the little LED lights that the Dollar Tree had. So when I got home last night, I ended up wrapping the wire LED lights all the way up and around the hula hoop on each side. It didn't quite go all the way to the top, so then I added another set at the top and wrapped them around. So there are actually 3 sets of the LED lights on those. Now these were some of the older ones that only had 10 lights to a strand. I think some of the newer lights actually have 12 lights to a strand, so they may go a little further. The 2 boxes that started at the bottom I actually hid under the wall decor, so it worked out really well. I hot glued those to the bottom, and then the side that you can still open up and take the batteries in and out is still easily accessible. And the one at the very top of the wreath, I'm able to unscrew it and add or take out the batteries as needed as well. And this is just kind of a really good close-up of the wreath itself. I even added some little tiny succulents that I've had for quite some time now, in and around in some areas. I just really think the little moss that's growing on the side of the hoop just looks super cute. I love the little leaves on top of those lanterns, and I just love this. I don't know. These are some of the earlier pictures before I added the lights, but here in just a little bit I'm going to go through and show you more pictures of the wreath itself with the added LED lights as well. But it's so pretty, and like I said, this can go on a table. It can be a centerpiece. You know, if you were having like a wedding or some type of special magical mystical birthday party, this would make a really nice centerpiece. I just think it came out so pretty. I love these colors. I love the fall trend colors that it looks like Michael's has out right now. The purples and the blues are so pretty. And here's just some little close-up shots, and I'm going to continue on with a lot of these little close-up shots, so it can just maybe give you some ideas. I hope you're inspired by this. I hope you love it as much as I do. Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed this or not. I really do appreciate some of you comment on like every single video I have, and it does not go unnoticed. I'm so appreciative of all the love and everything that you've all shown me. And as for some of the background, I haven't done a whole lot of videos lately. Different things going on with my middle daughter right now. She's set up to have an echo and even wear a Holter monitor and see a cardiologist. And then I've got a lot of stuff going on with my mom too, and it's things that she hasn't told anyone yet, so I don't feel like I should reveal those here on YouTube, but just a lot of things are going on, so I haven't had as much of a chance to craft it up that I would love. But this was something that I really was able to put together, and if I didn't keep adding to it total, this probably would have took me about 3 or 4 hours. And that's even including the painting, because right now it is hot in Virginia. It is like 100 degrees. It's so humid. My paint dried very fast. So that part didn't take any time. But like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks so much for stopping by and spending time with me. I hope you all are doing well. I hope your summer has not been half as hectic as mine has. I hope you've been able to enjoy it. Take care. Keep watching, because I do have several more still photos and everything that you can see. Take care and come back soon. Bye.